Motherhood is often portrayed as a journey of joy, happiness, and selflessness. In as much as that is true, but we all know that in reality, it is far more complex. Welcome to today's episode of Because I Can. Today I'm here to share my thoughts as always. On this channel, we talk about everyday life issues, and today I am here to talk about what I titled Motherhood in America. Like I said, motherhood is supposed to be a thing of joy, it's supposed to be a thing of happiness. But in reality, it is hitting us so hard that most of us are too ashamed to really complain. What am I saying? Some months ago, I came across this story online of a UK nurse, Ruth, who was sentenced to 3 years imprisonment for child cruelty. I read that the lady left her child, a 10 weeks old child, unattended to, and went to work for 8 hours. And when she came back, she found out that the child was not responding because of overheating, because I think the mother wrapped the child in multiple layers, or she wrapped the child with too many clothings. So maybe the child overheated and was not responding. And when she called for help, the first thing she did was to tell a lie that she took the child out to daycare and brought the child back on her way back from work, fed the child and all of the stories. And the next day found out that the child, or maybe some hours later, found out that the child was not responding. But when the investigation started, this actually happened in 2022, as I read, but I think the sentence took place this year. And when they started investigating, they found out that she never took that child out. She left the child at home for 8 hours, a 10 weeks old child, and went to work. In as much as she tried to cover her tracks by calling a childcare or a daycare to tell the lady to tell the police that, oh, please, if they call you, tell them that you're the one taking care of my child and I picked them up from your daycare, which she never did, and they later found out and sentenced her to 3 years imprisonment. This was a Nigerian lady, Miss Ruth, and she was 28 years old. A lot of people would say, oh, she's such a careless mother, she does not deserve to have a child, and a lot of ill comments will be all over the place. But the truth be told is that the stress of motherhood in the diaspora is not a joke. This story happened, all this incident happened in UK. But it's very relatable. It's an everyday thing that everyone is going through here. Let's talk about trying to be a working mother, trying to actually be a mother that's your primary responsibility, and trying to be a successful woman in the society. There's so much pressure thrown at women these days. Coming out here, you want to be a mother, you want to work, and you also want to be successful. So there's this constant thing that we hear every day. There's need for you to grow, there's need for you to step up, there's need for you to do this. But again, it is not easy, especially for single moms. I don't know if she's a single mother, but even if she wasn't a single mother, we'll also know that marriage is not as palatable as people put it out there. It is at this time that you will know that it is good for you to have an understanding spouse. I remember a friend of mine, when the wife put to bed, the wife said, hey guy, you stay home and look after the baby while I go to work, because I earn more than you. And this is when responsibility and understanding comes into play. Which African man can you tell to stay home and look after the baby just because you earn more than that man? So if you don't have a man who is understanding, if you don't have a husband who is family oriented, who just look past his ego, a woman is stuck with raising and taking care of that child altogether. Especially if you're stuck with a man who is weekly or bi-weekly or monthly income is not as high as yours as a woman, and the man is too stubborn to stay home and look after that child while you go out there. So whatever the man brings in will not be enough. Should we also talk about childcare, which is not affordable to a lot of people? Balancing between being a working mom, There's so much stress at work. Before you are able to take excuse from work to be home for just one day, just call off one day to be home. You have to tell a million stories for your supervisor to let you off the hook. I remember there was a time that I made a schedule and I submitted my schedule, and I think my supervisor didn't see the schedule and she decided to make her own schedule for me. And when the schedule came out, I told the supervisor, hey, I sent you my schedule. This schedule that you made for me doesn't go well with my family. It's not going to work with my family. Another supervisor just came into the office and said, hey, you should have waited for the schedule to come out before making plans for your family. You needed to see how I sprang up so hard. I felt like, how dare you? You think I don't have a life before I came into this building to come work? My family, whatever job that I go, I always tell people that my family, I make it clear to everyone that my family comes first. But then again, we have bills to pay, bills that come monthly. Most of the things that people have in America, most of the things that you see people enjoy in America is on credit. From your car to your home to luxury clothes that you see them wear. People use credit card to buy all of those things which you are supposed to pay back monthly. So even if you want to spend time with your family, it's almost impossible because those bills are out there chasing you so hard. But then when people see that you're in America, they feel like, oh, this one is in luxury, this one is in happiness, this one is in joy. A lot of people are here so depressed. A lot of people are here so they suffer from anxiety because they don't know where their next paycheck can pay their bills, to what level their next paycheck can pay their bills. So mothers are out here working 2, 3 jobs, jumping from one job to another, neglecting their kids, which is their primary responsibility. Do I blame them? No. It's like you're torn between the devil and the deep blue sea at this point. This is a story of being in the diaspora that people really don't tell people. It is hard out here. As simple as being a mother has become so complex that people don't want to have kids anymore. When I first came here, I remember women saying openly that they do not want to have kids. But again, I was thinking as an African woman, I said, why will anyone don't want to have kids? But trust me, it doesn't make any sense for you to have kids and know very well that you will not be able to be there for them. We have a lot of suicide cases in the hospital these days. I'm telling you. And this is from 18 to 25, most highest to 29 that I have seen. Every week that I go in to work, I see a lot. It's on the rise. I'm telling you, suicide cases on the rise. Why? Because parents are no longer there for their kids. Kids are raising themselves day by day. The bond of a father, mother, and children is no longer there. And do you also know that in America, there's 47% of single black mothers out there? 47% is a high rate of single mothers. And those who even have a husband, or those who are not single, or those who the society see that they are married but actually living single, are even more than, maybe they are the one that makes the other percentage that is missing from the 47%, if I'm making sense. My advice is, if you are a couple in the United States, if you're a couple in the diaspora, there's no need for you to prove that you're a man. Of course, we all know that you're a man. Just come together, work with your wife. Work with your wife so you guys can raise responsible kids. Do we want to talk about kids who are out there damaged by the use of drugs? Let's not even divert from the major story that brought me here. Imagine being pregnant for 9 months, carrying that child for 9 months, and we all know what delivery day look like as a woman. Only for you to bring that child to the world, and that child just exists for just 10 weeks. And out of your own carelessness, you come back to a child that is not responding. I don't know the trauma that lady is going through. I cannot really blame her. I'm not in her shoes. A lot of people are also going through mental health issues that are not even being diagnosed. Financial stress can make you have mental issues, in case you don't know. Financial stress can make you have mental issues. let alone the anxiety that almost everyone is going through. You don't know what you're enjoying if you're not out here. At least back at home where you have your nieces, your nephew, your aunt, your mom, your dad. If you're not around, you will have those other people look after your children. We do not have that privilege out here. I pray that every woman in the diaspora will find a balance between being a mother and a working wife. It is not easy, and these people are not planning to make it easy for us anytime soon. But we pray that whatever we do, we should always apply wisdom. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next episode.